So Northampton started the weekend in 9th spot with 26 points. So we're in 5th on 29, which goes to show just what a logjam it is in the middle of the Gallagher Premiership. There is Rory Hutchinson, man of the match against Newcastle last Saturday. James Fish, who is benefiting from the absences of Dylan Hartley and also Mikey Hayward. Taken by Wood in the middle of the line-out. Popped up, that was by Ludlam. There goes Naira Voro straight into the action. Ratuni Yarawa. They were so slow out of the blocks last week, Northampton. You can imagine that Chris Boyd must have spent so much time over the course of the last few days. As, well, it is the return to the Gallagher Premiership. And that perhaps an illustration of just how big a match this is for both sides. The two open sides coming to blows there. You can see them. Ben Curry, Lewis Ludlam. Will Griff-John playing his part as well.
Be a scrum because you're in possession of the ball. Happy? Yeah. Okay. No, new time off. New time off. Okay. Be scrum, be Northampton ball till you're in possession.
Let's just do this set first.
Time on, please. Mark's over here. Yeah, it's your ball, you're in possession. I was distracted by what was going over there, hence why I blew the whistle.
Let's go, man.
No.
Let's go.
To my left, please. To my left. What?
Aaron Painter on the tie head side for Northampton up against Ross Harrison. Over on this side you can see for Northampton Francois van Veek and Will Griff-John.
Stay 9.
Good first scrum there from Northampton.
Advantage. Offside.
Well, Faf de Klerk getting away a little bit quickly there. There's plenty of rivalry between the two South Africans.
Offside. 9.
They have played against one another many times in either the Currie Cup or Super Rugby.
Points.
Well, Faf de Klerk there trying to irk Kobus Reinach, but it may well come at the cost of 3 points.
See about 10.
He's having a good first season off the kicking tee for Northampton as the Wales international. His percentage is in the middle 80s. And that's just the sort of start he was looking for. So to that man. Northampton have 3 points after less than 3 minutes. Plenty of hang time on the restart there. And it was Denny Solomon who almost got his hand to it. Tied it up by Lewis Ludlam.
Use now. No. Make sure we're onside. No.
Tester here for Sam James. Good chase coming from Piers Francis.
Counter's good.
That's the halfway line, you can see. There's Faf de Klerk onto Harrison, McGinty, out to run Janssen van Rensburg, McGuigan. See the captain out wide there, John O'Ross.
Push.
Well, despite all the pressure, And I was going to say that Sale retaining possession, but Francois Van Dijk getting over the ball, and there's certainly something there that Ross Harrison has taken exception to. Plenty of niggle at the Gardens. Perhaps time the referee reminded them this is Franklin's rather than Madison Square. Let's see if we can see what was causing the trouble here. That's Van Dijk getting over the ball. All hidden in the dark shadows. Moon taking a couple of palms at that. Ratuna Yarawa back to his captain. Here goes Bigger with a change of direction. 5 minutes gone at the Gardens. Northampton leading by 3 points to 0. As Clovis Ryder on to Tom Wood. Certainly a much better start here from the Saints than the one we saw last week in the Premiership Cup semi-final. 3 tries in the first 13 or 14 minutes came from Newcastle. Here's Bigger. Fish there feeding out to Francis. That was good from the hooker. Here's Fish again. Van Dijk. Well, it's Northampton who are dominating possession. That's tremendous from Loveland. On to Reinach. And Clovis Reinach has got another. The former Springbok has scored more tries than anyone in a Northampton jersey this season in the Premiership. That his 7th. But this created by Lewis Ludlam. The tackles getting missed, 3 of them, and then the offload to Reinach, who has pace to burn. Look at the determination, etched across the face there of Ludlam. And Reinach, well, his father's a former South African record holder on the track. So the genes mean that that man's got plenty of pace. And Dan Bigger, successful for the second time in the opening 7 minutes. And Northampton 10 points to the good. Well, what a difference a week makes. The first tackle missed by Ben Curry, the second by Faf de Klerk. Steve Diamond, talking before the game, was saying that he hopes that his side are not a little ring rusty.
You've taken beyond the ball and to ground. 7. Beyond the ball
Lewis
and to
Ludlam,
ground.
not quite villain, but
Number 7.
hero to gas meter thief
Make sure you're better with
in
your
the
time.
matter of a moment.
Okay. Points.
The creator of 7 points, now the donor of 3.
Carl, if you've got a quiet moment, just have a word with Red about back foot.
Okay.
Need a bit more space, please.
Jono, just a bit of space, back foot, just a little bit. Defence, please, thank you. Thank you, Hamish.
It's the first time we've seen AJ McGinty in action since the start of October. Back then, Sale were just a couple of points off the foot of the table. 27 or 28 metres, virtually straight in front. Well, there's barely a breath of wind out there today. Well, it's not the start of the match that James Fish would have been looking for. He certainly would appear to have gone over on the ankle. The Northampton replacement at hooker today is Reece Marshall. Well, that was mistimed by John O'Ross. Arsi Tuala was following up. He timed it best. Well, it's now Sale who are giving away the soft penalties that come offside. And the penalty's going to come all the way back to the middle of the park, right in front of the post. So the 3 points gained, immediately handed back. It's Ben Curry who's deemed to be the guilty party. 3 penalties conceded by Sale in the opening 10 minutes. He's had a very undemanding start from the kicking team. As Dan Bigger. 13 points to 3. Terrific offload there from Nayaboro. Here goes Francis. Francis out of the back of the hand to Reiner, and Reiner's going to get a second. That was quite brilliant. From the catch and the offload from Nayaboro. The speed and the vision of Piers Francis, and Clovis Reiner, well, all he had to do was focus on the try line. How easy, how straightforward was this? Francis was on his shoulder. It was almost a rehearsed move. Reiner, you can hear, is whispering in his ear. And this Dan Bigger's 50th kick off the tee this season in the league for Northampton, and successful for the 43rd time. 20 points to 3. The catch again from Nayaboro.
Now 9.
Sam James has called for it. Out from de Klerk onto McGinty. Here goes Harrison.
Release tackler.
Space out for John O'Ross. Looping around, there's McGuigan. The kick ahead and back goes Bigger. And the referee just checking, and Byron McGuigan was rather unhappy about something. I think he thinks he was impeded a little. Let's just listen into this, shall we? Well, the referee's just checking whether he took it back into the 22, but I think Byron McGuigan felt that he was impeded a little here. We will get an idea now. There is McGuigan, there is the kick. Now, Bigger, did he time this right? He hasn't taken it in, so that's a 22 dropout. Well, we saw 14 tries here last weekend in the Premiership Cup. 9 of those scored by Northampton. It's been an eventful opening quarter of an hour so far. Not really enough depth on that kick. Oh, and palmed back by the fullback. Knocked on by Harrison. There's George Furbank, the fullback. Aaron Painter, Bigger, Wood, the captain.
Advantage over.
Referee says the advantage is over. Piers Francis. That was well picked up by Nairevoro. Quite a contest on this flank between Nairevoro and Solomona. Both have qualities, but one set really the antithesis of the other. There's the kick from Tuala. That wasn't particularly well directed. Good footballing skills from McGinty.
Six man? Six, let's go then. Use the line. Six.
Which finds Jamie Gibson. Here's Bigger. Tuala, space for Furbank. Absolutely crucial touch coming from James O'Connor. Here's Ratuna Yarawa.
It's gone backwards off red.
It's gone back off red, so it's play on here. Tom Wood goes forward. There's Fish, shoveling it out wide. Bigger, stepping. He's taken down. Pressure again being applied on the Sale defence. Tuala with the attempt at the poke through. Maybe there's a chance here. It's Beaumont romping downfield. That was brave from Francis. Here's Hutchinson onto Furbank. What confidence. Don't forget, this is Hutchinson's first Premiership start of the season. Here's Tuala. Well, there's a spring feel to the air, or certainly has been this week. And some of the rugby we're seeing is the sort of stuff you tend to associate with the end of the season.
Use now, please, 9. Yes, we stay on side.
Another one for Sam James. Met by Bigger.
No!
There's Harrison onto McGinty. James O'Connor just drifting across field a little bit. Space here for Denny Solomona. Takes on Furbank, but Furbank got enough of him. And Northampton have turned it over. Well, both Painter and Ratuna Yarawa weren't looking for that.
Use, please. Nine, stop dummy now, that's the last warning.
Sam James. McGinty asking for something. He has it. Cuff de Klerk. Onto McGuigan. Rob Webber with a carry. James O'Connor. There goes Bryn Evans. Well, Francois van Beek certainly proving something of a thorn in the Sale side today. And there's some back chat, and it's costing Sale 10 metres.
Time off, please.
Well, absolutely nothing wrong with Francois van Beek there.
The breakdown. Moving your head like that, you're trying to get them offside. He's going up, he's going up.
Well, this will be a source of some concern to Warren Gatland. On the weekend off during the Guinness Six Nations, off goes Dan Biggar, and he has been replaced by Tom Collins. So there's a bit of a rejig. I think George Furbank may well be stepping in to be, in fact Piers Francis will do the job, of course, won't he? He'll be the fly half now, with perhaps Furbank. Is he moving into the midfield with Tuala moving to full-back? There is Tom Collins, who's an out-and-out speedster on the wing. So there is that reorganisation. But it looks like Furbank is actually standing at fly-half position. Here goes Naira Voro, just bumping off the defenders. It's still going to go loose for Reinach. But the referee blows his whistle, and Kurbis Reinach thought he had a hat-trick. Look at this from Tangeli Naira Voro. He takes some grabbing, does that fella?
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
So through the opening quarter, Northampton leading by 20 points to 3. Here goes Ben Curry. Well, rather like last week, there's plenty of space open. McGinty onto Janse van Rensburg. Sam James outside him. There's McGuigan waiting for it. McGuigan's in space. Well, it should be 3 against 1 here. Well, for now at least, somehow Sale have blown that. About sums up the opening 21.5 minutes for Sale, as does the frustration from Rob Webber. Sale was spoilt for choice, and somehow they made a mess of this. Well, for Arsi Tuala, it was a bit like a goalkeeper who had 3 corners to defend, 3 corners of his goal, and he picked the right one. Either of the other 2 options would have led to a try. So McGuigan, he's got the Clerc, and it's Janse van Rensburg, and Tuala chose right.
Ready? Stand back on. Go. Let's go, lads.
We have at least had a couple of moments so far for Steve Diamond, which will suggest, or do suggest, that there are keys available to that Northampton defensive door. crosses onto Furbank. Well, he slipped through the paws of Janse van Rensburg. The clearance from Kurbisrana. And if Kurbisrana is not the Saints player of the season, he's very close to it. Looks like 1 or 2 niggles to the calf muscle. That's a very significant issue to anyone playing in a game like this, but particularly I would have thought a loose head prop. Pete Anglesey, you can see there, wearing the fluorescent bib. Former Sale player, he's been on the staff for years and years.
Just stop leading myself. Okay.
No panic yet from Steve Diamond, but he won't have enjoyed the opening quarter of the match.
Very good. Let's go. Come on. Tamako. 7. 7.
Two points were scored here last weekend. Well, the determination and the aggression there of Tom Wood winning possession. There's Jamie Gibson. Good tackle there from Will Griff-John. Furbank. Hutchinson. Naira has got Tuala inside, and Tuala's got Hutchinson to his right. There's Hutchinson. Oh! Wasn't quite into the sweet spot. But once again, Northampton carving holes in that Sale defence.
Good ball. Let's go, lads. Red.
That pass was, shall we say, a little flat.
Come up.
And in the end, perhaps Hutchinson had just slightly overrun it.
What's the decision? Staying on? Coming up, okay. Blood?
Well, Ross Harrison
Blood. He's off, okay, injury.
is
okay,
leaving the pitch.
Injury replacement.
And it's going to be an injury replacement. It's the problem with that calf muscle. So Tom Bristow comes on to replace him.
Okay, let's go then, Red, please. Here's the mark. Here's a mark. Come up to him, please. Thank you. Boys. Forward a little bit. Let. Thank you. I don't need reminding what values are. Crouch! Bind! Set! No!
There's Janse van Rensburg. George Furbank it was making the first time tackle. So, oh, look at the counter-rucking coming from Northampton, and they've turned it so easily. Here's Ludlam, the creator of that first try. Here's Ranach, Ratuna Yarawa. Another powerful carry, this time from the captain, Wood. Here's Furbank. Out to Fish. Fish back to Kurbisranach. Piers Francis stepping in to play impromptu scrum half, and Wood has got there. Well, the referee's just checking to see that there wasn't a knock-on in the build-up to that score from Tom Wood, but it all came from the turnover. Well, let's see if there is a knock-on here. There's Reinach. This is the carry from Van Beek. And there you can see Wood.
That all looks good, mate.
But there's no evidence of wrongdoing there. The try has been confirmed. Piers Francis assumes kicking duties. It's a rather different opening quarter for Northampton than a week ago. They were 21 points down in the Premiership Cup match after barely 13 minutes. They're now 27-3 to the good. Sale utterly ponderous. Here's Van de Klerk. Well, they do have the personnel to spark some sort of return. They've got the penalty. Goes against Ratuna Yarawa. As many points scored in the opening 20-odd minutes in this match as were scored in the entire game between these sides up at the AJ Bell earlier on in the season. On that occasion, Sale won, but it was a rather closer affair by 18 points to 13. And Sale have got the rumble on. Jamie Gibson certainly making a nuisance of himself, and they get the put into Northampton. And the heads that are being shook are all wearing red jerseys.
I'm not on that side. Let's go.
5 turnovers won by Northampton in the opening 29 minutes.
Crouch! Bind! Sit! Hold! Lads, we spoke about it in the changing room. Stability. You've gone, then you've gone. Let's make sure it's stable before the ball comes in. Okay, we don't have this conversation again. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
The pick up from the captain Wood onto Francis.
First.
Well, the ball's been lost forward by Northampton. Tremendous work there by the Sale back row, Ben Curry and also Josh Beaumont.
If you talk to me like that again, you'll leave the field. Okay? Not again. Thank you. Knock on. Red ball. I know, I understand that. We're going to answer. Go, scrum.
Something being said
Thank you.
there by Ben Curry, which caught the ear of Carl Dixon. Perhaps was meant to, but
I understand your frustration.
born out of frustration from Searle.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
It's just about the best attacking position Searle have had so far today in terms of the location of a set piece.
Height. Height, this side, please. Are you set? Crouch! Bind! Set!
Well, that's been converted to a penalty. Francois van Beek over on the loose head side.
And that was a free kick going early, then I got the information that one's fouling. No. Yes.
3 points, no good to Searle, even this early in the contest. Rob Webber finding Josh Beaumont. Ball back with Webber again. He's got his eyes up. It's being well defended at the moment by Northampton.
9, 6, get up, get up.
Jamie Gibson being told to get out.
6.
There it is for Faf de Klerk. The carry from the captain, John O'Ross. Here's de Klerk. Bryn Evans waiting for it. They've gone to Janssen van Rensburg. De Klerk, Webber. Another carry from John O'Ross. They're up to the line. And the referee says we're going to go all the way back for the penalty. The penalty there against Jamie Gibson, being told that he changed his bind. So we're back where we were a few moments ago.
Again, 6. 6 man.
Couple of grabs taken by Ross. Here's Rob Webber. This is certainly more encouraging, and the referee has awarded the penalty try. So Searle into double figures. Well, there's two South Africans going at one another, John O'Ross and Kobus Ranef.
Number of players.
Bold and early call being made there by Carl Dixon.
Lads, there's no kick.
That driving ball heading for the try line, been taken down by Northampton. Carl Dixon getting it spot on. .37 points, 34 minutes gone. Well, that was Reiner just getting a little boot in.
Two captains, please. You had the knock on. The knock on was first. Okay? And the ball was out. No, captain, please.
A little bit
No,
too
I don't
much
need
chat
you, I
out
don't
there.
need-
Let's
no, no.
listen into this.
Captain, please, Tom. There's too many scuffles going on, okay? We're just going to start penalising it. No more. Discipline is poor, we need to raise it. Okay, it's going to be a scrum now, it'll be a red ball from a knock-on. Happy? Yeah. Have a word with your teams, please. But your ball is a knock-on. Yeah, I know, but we had issues down there and down here, okay? Over here. Here? Okay. Knock on. No, by the winger.
I think the inference from one or two Northampton players is that Sale are the aggressors. I suspect they will disagree with that.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Moving towards the last 5 minutes of a very eventful first half.
Stay 9. Use. I called it using too early. We're still just going to read this. I called using too early.
Carl Dixon admitting there that he called the instruction, use it a little bit too soon.
Crouch! Bind!
Harry Malander
Set!
watching from the stands. There goes Faf de Klerk getting away from Reinach that time. The inside ball to McGuigan. McGuigan, he's got help left and right. And there was just a hand that got in there from Northampton. Now a chance for Northampton perhaps to break clear. Burbank doing so well. Here it is for Corbus Reinach. There's Hutchinson. He knows there's some space out there. Back goes Bryn Evans. Look here at George Furbank. Gaining a few metres, which perhaps he shouldn't have done.
Time. Stay 9.
Rob Webber saying keep going.
Go. Get out now.
There's the ball. Have to Clerk with a clearance. But Sale deemed to be guilty of taking the ball back into the 22. I think Faf de Klerk is waiting for the replay on the big screen. Gibson fires it down to Ludlam. There's Francis, who was thumped hard. Fish. Reinach, Ratuna Yarawa. Inside the Sale 22 for the first time in a while. Furbank, Hutchinson. Tuala looking for the offload there to Furbank. Sale have come offside, so there is a penalty advantage to Northampton. Hutchinson, inside ball to Painter. Will grip John there, just trying to get out of the way. Hutchinson. Hutchinson floated over the top to Gibson. There's a man out wide, and Collins juggles with it. A fourth Northampton try. They have the try bonus point, and it's not yet half time. Look here again at the involvement of Hutchinson. the floated pass. Collins took a couple of grabs at it. But you have to say, for the second straight weekend at Franklin's Gardens, defence seems to be something of an optional extra.
No, we scored at 1:44.
It was a very good strike from Piers Francis. We will have time for the restart. Well, Chris Boyd must be delighted with what he's seen. 1, 2, 3 grabs of that from Collins. To Arla. Northampton, are they hungry for more? They're just going to put it out. It's out from Rory Hutchinson. What an entertaining first half. 42 points, the balance of them falling to the Saints. Wow. The second half promises to be something quite special.
Well, it's been a quality first half. We're going to keep up the quality on the pitch during half-time. Behind me, you can see a presentation going on to Science School, one of our community partner schools. The all-rounders of further clubs will be playing in the under-14s tournament this morning. The winners of Only Rugby Cup. A special welcome to our guests from Italy, Partello, from just outside Rome. The Italian guests have been hosted by all Northamptonians this weekend. So as they come round, please give them a special Franklin's Gardens welcome to all our under-14 teams. Now, meanwhile, on the pitch, walk this way. We thought we'd keep the Valentine's Day lure going on here at Franklin's Gardens. I'm sure you're all busy on Thursday making sure cards, chocolates, roses are all in place. Well, one of the things you may not have had is an Italian tenor. And I'm delighted to welcome to Franklin's Gardens the lyrical larynx of Lawrence Robinson.
Well, so much to contemplate for Sale. In so many respects, they are the league's form side, having beaten the champion Saracens quite impressively in the last round, although the nature of the rugby season means that that was a good few weeks ago now. And as for Northampton, they've been building up quite a sequence here at home, not necessarily in the Premiership, although their last match here was that so important win against Exeter right at the end of December, that in the most recent win here in the league. Well, Bill Beaumont, a man who enjoys his rugby regardless of who's playing, but here particularly to see his son. And in that respect, I guess it won't have been such a good opening 40, because the men from the northwest, and there is young Master Beaumont, Josh Beaumont, who recently signed a contract extension to remain with the Sale club. And away goes Tuala, and this second half pretty much picking up from where the first one left off. There's Francis, Ratuni Yarawa. Jamie Gibson, the speculation doing the rounds about the recruitment that's being made by Sale. Certainly poised to make a few headlines in the weeks to come, with names like Stephen Kitsoff, the Springbok loosehead, Aka Fundamava, the hooker, the entire Dupria clan, 3 of them, Dan, Jean-Luc and Robert, and another name that's come into the frame as well, Lud de Jagen. May all be playing the Sale next year. Well, I reckon Steve Diamond could do with 1 or 2 of them now. Here's Fish, the offload to Furbank. Good tackle coming in from Sam James. Here goes Naira Voro. Ratuni Yarawa. Little pop pass, and through goes Alex Moon. Moon's within 5 metres. Reinach, they're lining up outside here. There's Francis. They're crying for it on this side of the ground. Here goes Hutchinson, out to Tuala, and it is literally a walk-in. Less than 2 minutes on the clock in the second half. Northampton have another. Well, you wouldn't have thought the Northampton are down in 9th spot. They won't be after this performance. It is a measure of just what a log jam it is in the middle. It's almost gridlock at the moment in the middle clump of clubs in the Gallagher Premiership. A couple of wins here, the odd defeat there. They could make all the difference between 4th and 10th or 11th. But Sale are on the rack. That will take Northampton up to 39. It's a real test of Sale metal. Furbank, oh dear, spilling it. Hasn't made too many mistakes today, George Furbank. Oh, and John O'Ross fumbles it. Northampton scored 9 tries last weekend in the Premiership Cup match against Newcastle here. There goes Janse van Rensburg. Faf de Klerk. Taken on by John O'Ross. There's Faf de Klerk onto Ben Curry. Straight into Francois van Veek. Northampton deemed to be guilty of slowing it down. There's a little pop over the top intended for Denny Solomona. But we will come back for the penalty advantage. .29 points, clearly a huge advantage, but Northampton have to be careful here. It's like one of those cricket matches when sixes are just flying off the bat, and if you don't keep your eye on things, you can just let the opposition get a toe hold.
6, all in. 6.
Still more than 34 minutes to go in the match. Sale in a very good attacking position here. So Rob Webber. It's meant for John O'Ross. Rob Webber has it. It was this position which created that first try, the penalty try for Sale. Faf de Klerk wants the ball, there it is. Onto Janse van Rensburg. Holding on to him was Francis. Curry inside to Webber. Look at Fish getting over the ball, but it's there for Faf de Klerk. James Phillips. Ludlam forcing him back. That was impressive from the open side flanker.
Advantage, offside, 4.
Northampton have come offside. It's Ratuna Yarawa who's been penalised.
No!
So we'll want to get the try here, rather than have to go back for the penalty. There it is, being squeezed back. Wilgriff John just looking up. He has a little go himself. There's no way through. Northampton being alerted to the threat of Janse van Rensburg, but at the moment they're keeping it tight. There's de Klerk. De Klerk feeds the ball out. It was Janse van Rensburg who was looking for that, but the referee was still playing the advantage. There is Rowan Janse van Rensburg.
Scrum call.
So Sale calling for the scrum this time. Northampton preparing to make a change on the tight head side of the front row. Paul Hill will be coming on very shortly. He'll replace Aaron Painter. There's Aaron Painter. His last scrum.
Crowd! Bind! Set! Stay 9.
Faf de Klerk. James O'Connor. McGinty. Onto McGuigan. McGuigan did well to keep the ball alive. Faf de Klerk. Here's John O'Ross.
No! To row! No!
The Northampton defence at the moment holding up well. Faf de Klerk. That's Bryn Evans.
Off feet now, you're off feet.
De Klerk, long pass out there to James O'Connor. Oh, the lined-up outside, surely this time, and in the corner, Denny Solomona. Well, the congratulations going to the England international wing. Spectacular finish. So 2 tries coming in the opening 9 minutes of this second half. McGinty cancel out the advantage that Northampton have increased by already since half-time. Tremendous kick from McGinty. Sale still have plenty to play for. 22 points behind. There is lots of time on the clock. And a match that's already produced 56 points. After less than 50 minutes, you'd have thought there's something more to offer. Saints have made that change with Paul Hill coming on. McGinty. Here's James O'Connor. Well, Piers Francis doing his job quite superbly there. Chris Boyd there alongside Phil Dowson. Over in the Sale dugout, so to speak, Dorian West on his return to Franklin's Gardens. Nairavoto bursting through. Danny Solomon eventually getting hold of a leg. Here goes Kurbis Reiner. Up from Tom Wood. Loose pass out to Tuala.
Stolen by Red.
It's been turned over by Sale. Back to Faf de Klerk. Well, Faf de Klerk will recognise these sort of scorelines, rather reminiscent of some of those high-scoring matches in Super Rugby. De Klerk, who's committed himself to the Sale club until 2023. That's quite a coup. Here's James Fish, who learnt his rugby up the M1 just off junction 25 at Trent College. There's Furbank. Short pass there on to Lewis Ludlam. Reiner's taking a bit of a knock. I think it's to the head, isn't it? He's looking a little bit wobbly.
No, come up, Red, come up. Outside.
Oh, Kurbis Reiner is up and running again. Brilliantly taken by Reiner. Well, he took a knock a couple of moments ago. He certainly recovered from it quickly. There's Tom Wood. Furbank did well to grab that, reaching behind him. Well, Kurbis Reiner's down again. Francis floating it out here to Hutchinson. Well, the ball being fumbled there by Alex Moon, but the referee said it was all right. It came off a Northampton boot. Here's Tuala. Reiner still getting some treatment. There goes Fish. It's been turned over. Maybe a chance to counter here.
No.
Here's Will Griff-John. Sam James looks for some space. That's over the shoulder of Jamie Gibson. Here's Gibson. Looked a little bit forward to me.
Release now.
Referee's comfortable with it though. Here's Furbank. Out to Gibson. On to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, a burst of pace. He's such an impressive player, is Hutchinson. Well, he lost his footing there. I think the crowd think he might have been given a bit of a nudge. Kurbis Reinach still getting some treatment, and it does look a bit of a nasty one.
Yeah, line out of there, your ball. Sorry?
Changes on the same side. Number 16, Reece Marshall, is replacing number 2.
Well, this is the burst in pace here from Hutchinson. Well, I don't think there's anything in that, to be honest.
And number 21, Alex Mitchell. In a moment.
Well, Kurbis Reinach is at least sitting up now, which is nice to see. I do wonder if it may have had some link to that early knock he took, which appeared to be to the right side of his head, or maybe even to his neck.
Your line out. No, be there. There line out. Was it? Sorry?
Well, Northampton have already made the change with Alex Mitchell. There is Alex Mitchell, whose brother actually used to play scrum half on the staff at Sale. And Kurbis Reinach, well, he's up on his feet, which is good to see, but he is leaving. Sale making a change in the second row. It's the Russia international, Andrei Ostrakov. He replaces James Phillips. Burst of applause you can hear is for Kurbis Reinach, who's going off unaided.
6 man. Hold on. There we go.
Cars, Jeff, can you hear me?
Yes.
Nothing there, mate.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
And Northampton having made their change of hooker as well. Reece Marshall is on. There from Marshall, can't find the teammate. Tuara it was who went down on the ball. Here's Naira Voro, just looking for the offload, and I think that might have gone forward, but it's also gone into touch, so it will be a Sale line out.
No, not quick. Good run. Pick him up. How many? 7 man. Yep, got it, thank you.
That is Andrei Ostrakov. So 56 minutes gone, 56 points on the board.
Tackle!
Change also at loose head, coming from Northampton. Alex Waller coming on for Francois van Beek. That's a Van Rensburg, on to McGinty. Here's Sam James. Jono Ross, the captain.
There's no ruck there, Richard.
James O'Connor. Janse van Rensburg floats it out, and well, it was not only asking too much of Josh Beaumont, but it was also forward.
Captain, scrum or line, it's gone forward, scrum or line. Scrum. Forward.
Oh dear, that was a little bit clumsy coming from Ran Janse van Rensburg.
There we go.
Tough man to stop when he's got the ball tucked underneath that right arm.
Okay. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Burbank, Hutchinson, oh, and the hand came in from McGuigan. And the assistant referee just offering a bit of advice to the main man in the middle, saying just a knock on rather than anything more.
I'll come that side, now this side.
Oh. Take a different view if he saw that again.
Yes. Okay, try and have a look at this.
I think Carl Dixon may be considering another look.
It's a deliberate knock-on.
Yes.
And it does look rather like a deliberate knock-on, certainly to me.
Okay.
And a word came from Jeff Warren, the television match official, and it has been amended. It will be a penalty.
Players outside, nothing more.
Yep, the official's getting that one right.
Thank you, Jeff.
No worries.
Word of thanks coming from Carl Dixon to his television match official, Jeff Warren.
6.
It's a team affair for officials every bit as much as it is for the players.
6.
There's Reece Marshall.
He's gone back.
Jamie Gibson rising high out from Lewis Ludlam. Little inside ball coming from Mitchell. They're up to the Sale 22 again. Tom Wood. Given how congested it is in the middle of the table, Northampton denying Sale a point by way of bonus points. Almost as crucial as earning points themselves. There goes Tuala. There's Mitchell. Naravoro. Changing direction. Takes a lot of getting to ground. Ratuni Yarawa. On goes Naravoro. And the referee's perfectly happy with it. Well, it's an afternoon when there have been some glorious scores, and the odd soft one as well. And that one certainly comes from the latter category.
Right in the middle.
Well, it's not quite the biggest thump that Sale have got this season. On the opening weekend, they conceded 50 points down at the Twickenham Stoop, beaten in the end by 51 points to 23 by Harlequins. You'd have to say it is heading in that direction. We've only been playing an hour.
Okay. 2-3-9.
It's a bigger margin of supremacy for the side who have beaten them or leading them this time than it was on that opening weekend.
13, time off please. 13 as well. 13. 13,
So
yeah.
alterations being made now by Sale. Luke James is on, wearing 22. Rob Webber has gone off. He's been replaced by Cameron Neild. He's a useful player to have in your squad because he doubles up in the back row as well. Moon. 46 points to 17.
No. Step please.
Sam James.
Back off, Red!
Not gathering that. There's Tom Wood onto Furbank. Well, you get a sense Northampton want 50 again. 59 points last weekend, knocked on though by Ratuni Yarawa. More changes coming from Northampton. On comes Heinrich Brasseau and also Luther Burrell. There he is, wearing headgear these days. Lewis Ludlam, we'd have to say, rather started the carnage off for Sale. Setting up that opening score for Kurvisrainen. And also leaving another of the try scorers, Arsi Tuala.
Crouch! Bang! Set!
Well, the Northampton tails are up. Sale crumbling.
Six.
Marshall has the call, goes to Moon. Being driven on, Alex Waller's right in the thick of it. There's Mitchell. It's there again, Tom Wood. Just a metre out now, Northampton. They want 50. And there goes Furbank. And Furbank gets the try. Well, it's a hammering that surely Steve Dowman could not have envisaged. The defence was nowhere. A mere formality for Piers Francis. Well, if you're part of the marketing department at the Northampton Saints, your product is proving quite an easy sell. 50 points last week, 50 points this. There's Moon. Now Northampton had the foot on the windpipe at half-time. They have squeezed and squeezed.
Ball was clearly out.
Well, the ball was out, so it's been turned by Sale. There's Ostrakov. On to Curry.
No, it's a ruck.
That's Luke James. Last 14 minutes of the match. Sale still have a try bonus point at least to play for. They do need another 2 tries though. That was taken on by Joe Jones. Janssen van Rensburg. Spinning through there was Beaumont. Beaumont's got McGuigan inside him. McGuigan getting swamped. Will Cliff claiming he was being played. Look, he's looking in the eyes there of Carl Dixon. Scrum half to former scrum half. There's an advantage now for Sale. Well, I think we've got a little bit of a grapple.
Lads,
We've now got a couple of grapples.
he's counted through. Okay, I get it.
It's amazing
What
they've
was
still
your
got the
hand
energy
there?
to
You've
do
gone
it.
off to look. You're not as in on, you're down like that. No, no. Just give me a scrum when you start. No, no. You've cleared up fine. No, no. It's a scrum red ball. They're in possession. You just don't need it. We don't need it. We've had 20 minutes in the second half. We don't need it.
Tremendous little pirouette, almost balletic there from Josh Beaumont.
Scrum. Come on. So go out. I've stopped looking because people are fighting over here. Let's go. Ready 11. Ready 11.
Well, it was Ostrakov
Okay.
who rather sparked that. You can see
I've had to take
Hutchinson
my eye off it because
and
people are
he
fighting.
adjusting one another's lapels.
Same again. Let's go, boys. Let's go, Joey. Here we go, Joey. Let's go. Second in. Second. Oh.
Meanwhile, Byron McGuigan has been replaced. On has come Aaron Reid.
Bang! Far side, pre-engage. Pre-engage, far side.
That's why we're keeping our gap. That's right. Hey, Joe, don't let them step round. Don't let Alex step round. Fight, boys, fight! Don't let them step round. Second in! Don't let them step round. Second!
Crouch! Bang! Pre-engaged.
It's quickly been taken there by Will Cliff. There's the ball for sale. You can see Northampton appealing for a knock-on, but the referee not answering.
Ball went backwards.
Confirmation coming for Carl Dixon. The ball did go backwards, and there goes Ostrakov. Can he spin and turn and get it down? Well, that time he did lose it forward. Very little going right for Sale.
Far side.
Well, Steve Diamond, underneath it all, he's got a sense of humour.
Crouch! Bang! Set!
Northampton eventually getting their hands onto it
Not
again.
when hands on when the ball is lifted. No.
Mitchell with a clearance from a tight angle. That was quite a stunning kick. Alex Mitchell taking play up to within 10 metres of halfway.
How many?
Sale calling for 5 men at the line-out. Cameron Neal goes to his captain, as Will Cliff. A carry from Josh Strauss, back from Scotland duty. Penalty to Sale.
If you're on the wrong side affecting the play, you're going to get out of the way. That's why it's slowed up.
Sam James will be asked to try and punt this as close to the corner as he can. It's a good kick. Well, Sam James and Denny Solomona between them were the heroes a few weeks ago in the last round of the Gallagher Premiership, when they worked a little bit of magic together against the champion Saracen. There's Josh Strauss.
Swans backwards.
It's with Cameron Neal. Will Cliff just asking for it.
Use now.
Here it comes for the scrum half. He's been told to use it. Janse van Rensburg trucks it up. Well, he was stripped by Furbank, then gone back to Strauss.
Stripped by Black, backwards.
Ball still alive. Here's John O'Ross. Will Cliff. Last 9 minutes of the match. Sale need 2 tries to get anything out of the afternoon. Little inside ball to Cameron Neal. Paul Hill will have to get himself out of the way there, which he does. There goes Josh Beaumont. Curry.
Off feet, now Black. No, leave it.
Northampton player has to leave it. There's Cliff, AJ McGinty. There's Luke James, the younger of the 2 James brothers. Well, the counter-rucking impressive here from the Saints. And I think they've got it. They have done.
No!
Here comes Hutchinson. And there's nobody at home here. And Hutchinson is away and clear. And that's just the sort of afternoon it's been. Last week's man of the match is a try scorer of this. Well, Sale had committed absolutely everything. And Rory Hutchinson has got a fair turn of foot. Well, it was 59 Northampton points last weekend. Piers Francis has this to take them up to 60. They're selling tickets for the visit at Bath next weekend. It'll be a terribly hard sell. Got a reasonable run actually over the next few weeks of Northampton. They do have a trip to Saracens in the middle, which is always a bit of a tough one, but apart from that, it's Bath here next weekend. They've got Bristol in 3 weeks' time, and then the East Midlands derby up at Welford Road, which, like all derby matches, is a bit of a one-off.
I thought you had.
There's Josh Strauss, been getting quite a bit of game time for Scotland. Gregor Townsend will certainly want him back for next weekend's trip to the French capital. The catch there from Beaumont.
Sack is good. No, ball's here. No.
It's been disrupted well again by Northampton, and away comes Moon. Another chance wasted by Sale. Into the final 5 minutes. Furbank looking to send Tom Collins away, and it's gone into the hands of the wing, but then he's been stripped by Sam James. Northampton must be mindful here. And then that's knocked on. Coming there from Jamie Gibson. If Northampton somehow take their eye off the ball in the last 4 minutes and we do get 2 Sale tries, then
Time off.
1 league point could come back to bite them towards the end of the season, although
There's one hand again. Tell him it's a deliberate
it's
knock-on.
quite an
That's
ask,
it was
isn't
one
it?
hand, yes, deliberate.
Looking at that again, and the officials
No, no,
have
time's
done.
off.
Jamie
Play it
Gibson
out.
getting 1 hand to it, so it's going to be a penalty.
Deliberate. It's information I've been given. It's deliberate knock-on. Okay. Deliberate knock-on. I've got the information.
Another line out within a handful of metres of the Northampton try
Yeah, we'll
line.
get it, we'll get it. I don't- Wait. How many? 7.
Ben Curry. Janse van Rensburg tries to dent a hole out from Will Cliff.
No, it's a run. Leave it.
Well, let's see if Sale can set up
Pulls it. No.
an intriguing last couple of minutes, perhaps. There goes Josh Strauss. Jono Ross squeezes it back. The ball popping up there for Will Cliff.
First man over the ball.
And once again, it's been turned over by Northampton. And Northampton will try something. And perhaps they will create something. Collins. It's a chase. Aaron Reid's got first run, but also look there at Mitchell. And Mitchell with the offload. And the try goes to Tom Collins. For the second time in a matter of minutes, Northampton have turned it over in the shadow of their own posts and gone the length.
First man over the ball stole it.
Look at the ground being made here by Alex Mitchell. And the vision of Tom Collins to follow it up. Well, Sale are shell-shocked here. Points in 79 minutes. Well, Aaron Reid clearly thought he was winning the race there until he caught a glimpse of Mitchell out of the corner of his left eye.
Knock on.
The last 30 seconds. Going forward there was Heinrich Brissot. Here's Furbank.
Advantage over for the knock-on. Still time.
There's Brissot again. On to Gibson. Luther Burrell. On there from Tom Wood. Forward goes Moon.
Thank you.
Paul Hill. Mitchell. That's Waller. They're looking to finish with another flourish. Here goes Collins. Had Marshall on his shoulder. Ball still alive. It's the big fellas in there. Gibson. There's Hutchinson. On to Waller. Mitchell. Oh, they're lining up here. And Collins steps his man, but they get hold of just enough of him. Mitchell. Marshall. Here's Waller. That's Furbank. Luther Burrell. Sale tackling for Pride now. Pride, which has been badly hurt. The ball's still gone back. Here's Francis. Long pass off the left hand, but the referee decides it's gone forward.
What a call.
And that would have been a rather special finish, but I tell you what, it brings to an end one of the better days for Northampton Saints. They have been quite brilliant today. They've not so much halted the Sale juggernaut as dismantled it. It's a crucial win, and once again, perhaps, and say it quietly, maybe, just maybe, Northampton can start dreaming of a return to the Champions Cup and perhaps even a playoff spot. Final score at the Gardens, Northampton 67, Sale 17.
Ladies and gentlemen, the West Country are coming to Franklin's Gardens. Tickets are now on sale. The crucial game of upcoming Premiership fixtures against Bath and Bristol. If you book your also book your Premiership Rugby Cup final tickets, that's on March the 17th against the Saracens here at the Gardens. Remember, this game is not included in your 2018 January season. To book or visit the new ticket kiosk in the village. On your way out on the ground, if you want to support the Northampton Saints Foundation, your e-com drop into one of the markets at every exit with your bookman votes direct to worthy causes the foundation supports. Thank you for your support.